Our next storyteller's secret is actually a secret talent, which is that she's really good at making up mean nicknames for jerks. And when she was listening to Lisa Bozakovich's story, and Lisa talked about Brent Longmore, she was like, oh yeah, blah lawnmower. Please welcome Erin Rodgers.
I'm very short. Okay, so I'm sure I'm not the only person in this room that was a bullied child, because we're all like very artsy now, and that's usually what that means. I have a bucket list, and one of the big things on that bucket list is getting back at jerks. So can you all help me make a dream come true? I'm going to give you the cadence of this following phrase, then I'm going to count to 3, and we're all going to say it together. The phrase is, fuck you, blah lawnmower. 1, 2, 3. Fuck you, blah lawnmower. Yes! I don't even need to perform anymore. That's good. I don't need attention anymore. No, I wish that was true. Okay. My name is Erin Rodgers, and I want to save you because I am a very good person. Or at least I used to be. That was my goal, is I really wanted to be the best person I could possibly be. Because 1, I used to read a lot of superhero comics, specifically Spider-Man. And 2, I grew up in Etobicoke. I'll just let that sink for a second. Now it's very easy. When I say Etobicoke, people wince because of Rob Ford. So thanks, I guess. Also, Stephen Harper went to high school there for a while, which he doesn't talk about. Oh, it's a wonderful place. Do you like big box stores and racism? Go to Etobicoke. My high school had a large white supremacist problem. And not only was it a white supremacist problem, they were the cowardly younger brothers of the intense white supremacists. So not only were they garbage, but they were wuss garbage. Which I guess is sort of better, but anyways, they're terrible. Just years of terrible, terrible human beings. So when I was a teenager, I knew a few things. I knew that I was a white person, which made my life a lot easier. I was a straight person. Well, I thought it at the time. But anyways, 1 out of 2 ain't bad. Anyways, I was a straight person, and I had a really great family. Okay, 1 out of 3 ain't bad. Sorry, I got a bit real. Anyways, I'm fine, I promise. I do comedy, so there's got to be something. Anyways, so my thing was, there were all these people who had it harder than me, so I was going to save them. I'm so sorry. I was going to save them. So I spent so much of my high school years like calling out homophobes and like going and making sure people were taken care of and saving people. Because as Spider-Man lets you know, with great power comes great responsibility. So that continued all through my 20s. When I went to university, I'd be the person that people would come to in the dorm room late at night. And I would like give them a juice because mostly I was terrified of drinking. And I would listen to their problems, and I had a lot of, like, not the best friends, to be honest, that would call me at 2 a.m, and, like, they'd broken up with their boyfriend, and then they'd broken up with their boyfriend again, and then they cheated on their boyfriend. Anyway, like, I would listen, and I would just be there for people, because I knew that's what Spider-Man would do. Like, that's what a good person would do. I probably should have chosen, like, a better role model than Spider-Man, but there we go. And that continued up until my early 30s. And then I went through a phase where I couldn't save anyone because I couldn't quite take care of myself. Happens to a lot of us. We go through a time. Everything's really difficult. And so I'm a huge nerd, so I got like real into depression. Like, I was like, yeah, depression. Like, I have a lot of opinions on Cheetos. Like, a lot. Like, every different Cheeto pairs really well with a different beer. You just have to have like a lot of sadness and no job, and you can just figure that all out. Also, the different textures of Cheetos go together. Like, you can, like, just sandwich them together. Amazing. So yeah, I was really devoted to my like Cheetos and sweatpants lifestyle. And by that I meant like I just like would wipe off my Cheetos hands on my 2 or 3 pairs of sweatpants. And I would read a lot of O magazine. Okay, guys, no, but seriously, that's the good part. Like, O magazine is amazing. O magazine, yes, thank you. Thank you. There were a lot of good tips in O magazine. I have learned so much about like color schemes and like power poses. Thank you, O magazine. Oprah always has good tips. She's always happy on the cover. She has this amazing relationship with Gail, her best friend. And like Gail and I would just be such good friends. I can tell. Like Gail is tough and she's smart and she's awesome. So I would read O magazine and I would eat my Cheetos. And for whatever reason, like a lot of people, they I don't know, maybe like find religion or they find some other thing. I found O magazine and I got this idea in my head, and I doubt any writer of O magazine created this. Is I was like, all I need to do is I just look for my sign, and then I'll find it, and then I'll just like change my life. Like other people like eat, pray, love, and like go to Italy, but I was just like, no, there's got to be something. And my sign came from a place that I think a lot of us have found comfort, and that is Now magazine, the free weekly publication. One day I was flipping through it, and I saw an ad. And I was like, oh man, this is the thing. This is the thing. Gail, Oprah, they'd be so proud of me. It was an ad for a free burlesque class. Some of you are already with me, and I appreciate it. So one of the things you should know about me that is made this a bigger challenge is that I was at the time often referred to as 2 Cardigan Rodgers. Part of my arm is showing right now, so I'm a little self-conscious. I'm very covered up, just because that's me. I'm just awkward. It's fine. But I've always been like, I want to be this like cool, sexy lady, like in a 70s action movie where she's just like kicking and awesome. Like just, there's a bad guy and she kicks him and says something cool. Like, I could be that lady. I just have to commit myself to it. So I signed up and I put it in my like calendar, my phone, and I promptly forgot about it for about 2 months. And then it popped up in my phone and I went, oh no. But remember, I've been reading a lot of O magazine. And listen, if it was Oprah and Gail, they wouldn't give up. They would just keep going. So I was still unemployed, so I spent the day like kind of psyching myself up in the mirror. I was like, you can do this, power pose. You can do this, Oprah and Gail, Oprah and Gail, Oprah and Gail. And then I pulled on my slightly less stained sweatpants, and I put on a tank top, and I headed out the door. And it was just like this dark night, and it's just like, it's very beautiful. It's just twilight going to dark, and everything is picture perfect. And I had a thought, and that thought is, I can turn around and go back to my apartment right now, and no one will ever know. But I was like, no, Oprah and Gail. And I was like, I'm doing this. The only way out is through. That is the way I get a better life, is I take a big chance, and I really go for it. And so I just like, because once again, I'm a nerd, all I had was just like sports movie montages in my head. So I'm like, da 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 da, Oprah and Gail, Oprah and Gail, Oprah and Gail, Oprah and Gail. And I get on the bus. And at one point I look at my reflection, and there's just this like kind of matted hair. And I realize I'm like reciting Oprah and Gail out loud. But luckily it's the Ossington bus. I'm the least of anything. Like one kid's like, but I think I inspired him. I bet that kid's on TV now. It's probably what happened. So I'm riding on the bus, and there's just like all these outs. Like if the universe is giving me a sign, it's giving me so many signs. Like the bus like pauses for a second, and I have this voice that's like, you could leave now, no one knows. I was like, no, only way out is through. Oprah and Gail, na 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 na. So I get there, and the studio is like more of like a nondescript sort of office-y space that you get to through a creepy alley that's all dirty and scary. Kind of looks like, like every after-school special. Maybe everyone's younger than me, but I'm a child of the 80s. And like after-school specials, that's just when like a guy with a van shows up and is like, yay. It's like Stacy Keach. Yeah. Okay, that one was for me. That's fine. It's fine. Not all of them are going to hit. Anyways, and there's no one there. So I have my last thing. I was like, I can leave. And I take one like giant step. And then this woman shows up out of nowhere. She's very sweet. And she's very nice. And she seems a bit nervous. And she looks at me and she's like, oh, are you here for the class? And I go, yes, I am here for the class. I like to think I was a bit cooler than that, but let's be honest. So we're chatting. And then this woman just like drifts by us like perfume in the breeze. She's the most glamorous woman I've ever seen. She looks like 7 feet tall, just so beautiful, really sweet, kind face. Like she looks like someone where their butt has never been itchy. Like just so beautiful and perfect. And she was like, come right in. And she's so nice that I can't even do my shitty comedian thing of being like, because she's nice too. So I walk in and I'm like kind of in the corner and I'm slowly taking off my jacket. And in just like starts coming in all these like glamorous, beautiful women that if I was a worse feminist, I would call total nightmares. Because they're all beautiful and glamorous. They're gazelles in perfect burlesque gear. And I'm this like weird fuzzy panda like, hi guys, I'm wearing sweatpants. I'll just get rid of these Cheeto crumbs. Everything's fine. Everyone has done burlesque before. Everyone has a name and they all know each other. They all have a cool burlesque name. But if Oprah and Gail were there, they'd want me to keep going. So I get out and they start teaching us some moves. And the teacher in her like beautiful, glamorous voice, all smoky, is like, I'm so glad you're here. I'm not going to do a good version of this because I'm not glamorous and smoky voiced. But anyways, I'm glad you're here. We're just going to try a few simple moves. And all these women just break out in these like super sexy moves. It's great. And I look like if Frankenstein's monster was trying to give you a boner. Just like. And the best part is it's a dance studio, so there are mirrors at every angle. I have a 360-degree view of me failing in front of the most glamorous people I've ever seen in my life. But I keep going. Thank you for that, by the way. I keep going, and I'm like, only way out is through. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I also should give you a little aside. On my best day at dancing, I've been described as serpentine and off-putting. So I don't know what I was expecting that I would suddenly be like, yeah, amazing. Don't fall in love with me, audience. Anyways. But like, I keep going, and I'm looking at the clock, and I'm like, this is an hour of my life. It's ticking down. It's fine. I'm getting through it. Yeah, for me. No problem. And honestly, like, this is no big deal. Just make it through. And then the teacher says the following phrase, which is always a bad sign. Hey, I have a special treat for you all. Yeah. We're all going to have our magic moment. We're going to play a song, and you're all going to take a pose, and you're really going to take that moment and really own it. And she puts on Prince's Get Off, which, by the way, I could never listen to again. And it is a good song. Anyways, pity me. But anyways, she puts it on, and everyone gets ready, and they're all doing their sexy moves, and I'm at the end, like every nerd kid always hides at the end, like, maybe we'll run out of time before it's me. Anyways, and it's like just getting closer. It's like a horror movie, like the sexiest horror movie of like every woman being amazing, and then me just like stock still in fear. And then it happened. Sometimes in life, you just can't help yourself, and you cry in public like Leonardo DiCaprio in every movie he's ever been in. Just like big, gasping, ugly sobs. And an entire like group of really beautiful, really glamorous women are giving me the kind of side eye, the kind of gentle, kind thought and look that I've always like all the times I was trying to save people I wanted to do and I could never successfully do. They were genuinely kind, lovely people. And the teacher turned to me and she said, "Don't worry. This happens every class." I guarantee you it doesn't. This happens every class. Just go to the change room, and when you're ready, you come back. And so I just did that like weird 16-year-old thing where you like look at yourself in the mirror and cry. I don't know, Leonardo DiCaprio might just do that every day. It's probably why he's so good at crying. But anyways, I did that. I took a deep breath. I went out. And I did a move. It was not a sexy move. But it was a move, and I did it. And I was pretty proud of myself. And I also had that thought that, like, I don't hang out with, like, sexy, glamorous, and burlesque people, so this is fine. No one ever has to know. Let's just leave. And then one of the women just makes super direct eye contact with me, like a shark. And she starts coming towards me, and everything's in slow motion. And she just clamps a very, very, like, friendly, but, like, insistent hand on my shoulder. And she looks me dead in the eyes. She says, I know what this is. I know where you are. I've been there. You hate your body. But you came here and you did this, and you're brave, and I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. And then she turned and she left. And I had a moment. I had two thoughts. One was like, ouch, because that wasn't what it was about. Like, I'm pretty cool with my body. It lets me eat a lot of Cheetos, like a lot of Cheetos, guys. Have you tried the spicy Cheetos? They're super good. Thanks, buddy. Anyways, not what it was about. And the second thought was, oh no, how many times have I done this to people? And I just went through a Rolodex of like when I was 17 and my friend Andrew came out to me and I said, oh, I really like Will and Grace. I wish that was not a true story, but it is. All the times that I've done that. And I realized something. I'm Erin Rodgers, and I don't want to save you, but I really do want to listen. Thanks so much.
Erin Rodgers.